daughter Lucy. Morning to you. Thank you so much
Morning,
for joining
everyone.
us.
Morning.
I know it's been a really tough time for you, Brendan. I'm so sorry. It's been really difficult, hasn't it?
It has been.
Yeah. Let's talk about this weekend. So it's the first time you were able to see her for how long?
Well, it's over 6 months now.
And what was it
I
like?
have been sick. Well, it was just the worst months of my life, and it's still going on. Worst months of my life, and that included my army time, national service. Been terrible.
Brendan, give us an idea, because we know that you and Joe have been married for over 60 years. Give us an idea of what it's been like, because you spent so much time together, and now you haven't been able to spend that time. So how have you been coping, and how's she been coping?
Well, I don't know how Joan's been coping, but I don't think she's been coping very well, because when she first went in, I used to visit her every day, and I spent 2 or 3 hours with her, doing puzzles and stuff, reading to her, doing whatever we can to pass the time away. There was times she went in at Christmas, in January and February, when the weather got a bit lighter. I could take her out in my car for a ride. I used to take her back home. I lived 7 miles away, and give her a meal, and then take her back, and it was fine. But after the day after my anniversary, I spent a lovely afternoon with her on my anniversary on the 23rd of March. The day after, when I visited the next morning, they said, "Oh, Brendan, we've got this virus going around. We're going to have to set a room aside, and what will happen is you'll come in, you'll go into this room, and we'll bring Joan to you." So I said, "Oh, that's not too bad. That's fine, really, as long as I'm seeing her." But when I came the next day, the notices were up and the door was locked, and they said, "You can't come in." So, and that is to this day. I've not touched Joan even to this day, and I've just missed her terribly.
Oh, Brendan, and we can all see how much pain that brings to you, and also presumably as well the rest of your family. Lindsay, I mean, it must be really tough on you all watching your mum and your dad going through this.
Yes, yeah, people don't realise the effect it actually has on the extended family. Seeing my dad so upset every day, and slipping slowly into depression. We did get to the point where we rang the GP, and the GP got Dad a visit, and he was able to go in with his full PP protection on, to sit in the same room as my mum. But yeah, we just feel as if we'll end up losing Dad if they're not together soon. They've spent so much time together all these years that it's just really cruel.
But I felt that Joan, as the months went by, I felt that Joan was forgetting me. I said to the carers, I said, "My wife's forgetting me. Look." After about 3 minutes, Joan would get up. She was so frustrated when I was at the window. She kept telling them to let me in. And because they didn't, and I was even saying, "Joan, I can't come in, darling," she would turn away with her walking frame and go into the inner room and leave me standing there. So towards the end, I did say to the carers, I said, "My wife's forgetting me." "No, she's not. She always says, 'Where's my Brendan?'" But I know different. My Joan used to run to that window, and I'm sorry.
Brendan, that's okay. It's okay. I'm so glad that you've got Lindsay and Lucy there to look after you. You take a moment to get yourself together, Brendan. I'll speak to Lucy if I can. Lucy, you can see how hard it is for your granddad, and obviously for his wife as well. They'd love to be together, and there's lots of people. We've been speaking to people this morning as well who are in the same situation, and there's just nothing that can be done at the moment.
No, it's heartbreaking, and speaking to the carers, I mean, they go home, they go to the shops, they look after their families, and then they go back to work and they put on an apron and a mask, and they're with our loved ones. Why can't my granddad, as the nominated visitor for our family, do the same? He's isolating himself, we provide him his shopping, so why can't he be tested at the same time as the staff and he be allowed to go in and hold his wife's hand, do a puzzle with her? That's just what we can't seem to understand.
Well, that's what I'd like to see. When I was asked, what would you like to see, what happened in the care home, and that's what I'd like to see, because they're testing themselves in the care homes now. They're testing the staff are tested every week. They're telling me the residents are tested every month. I said, well, why can't you test me? I'm here. Why can't I drive to you and have a test, get the result, and then after 2 or 3 days when we got the result, if I'm okay, why can't I come in like usual in there and sit next to Joan and talk to her and try and make her days better? You know, at the moment, I don't know what she's doing. She's just sitting. She even got, there was a time, after about a month, they said to me, Joan's taken her clothes out of the wardrobe. We've had to lock the wardrobe and keeps folding them up all the time. I said, well, Joan was always tidy like that at home. I said, that's through frustration. She doesn't know what to do. So that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see people like me drive to especially the visitors that are regular visitors to their loved ones. Drive to, when the day they're testing, we could drive there. I'm sure that they would, and take the same test in our car. They could come out and test it in the car, like I was tested at the hospital some weeks ago. And I can't see the difference. If we're cleared, we could be included into that sort of bubble. The care home bubble. That's what I'd like to see.
Well, you're all making incredibly good points, and you know, we absolutely can see the heartbreak this is causing in your family, and you're very much not alone. And what we'll try and do, we will try to get the answers to these questions as well. Thank you so much, Brendan. Thank you very much indeed. Lindsay, thank you, and Lucy as well. Thank you very much indeed for making a very passionate case here on Breakfast. Thank you for that.
Lots of people getting in contact with us.
Thank you.